welcome back to Homestead Corner. Today I want to talk about all these drug shortages and things that we can do to help prepare us in the future. So we all know there are all kinds of drug shortages out there. We've had an amoxicillin shortage for a while. I don't know about you guys, but I personally have asthma, and I noticed this month when I picked up my emergency inhaler, it was a different brand. And I was looking at the drug shortages and noticed that my normal one is not available. So there are a whole bunch of drug shortages, and it is on the drug shortage list, the albuterol inhalers for asthma. So there are all kinds of stuff on these lists. I saw over 250 drugs that are currently in shortage right now, and that's not good. That is not good for people that have illnesses and require medications and things like that. So there may be longer waits to get your prescription refilled. There may be, all sorts of stuff. Maybe they can't get it at all. They have to give you something else, and it may not work as well as the medication that you're currently taking. So I think this is really important for us to make sure we're prepared. And there are lots of options for us out there. Having emergency stuff on hand, knowing herbal remedies, I think is a really big deal. Knowing other natural ways to take care of yourself. You really want to make sure that if you have any type of illness or something that you take medication for regularly, I definitely would look into what herbal remedies there are out there to help you and try using some of those, because those things, some of them, you can replace your medications with herbal remedies. Not for everybody. It's not going to work for everything or everyone. There are some things that herbal remedies are not going to do, but there are a lot that you can do. And another thing that you can do is get a medical emergency kit. Something like this is from Contingency Medical. I think this is another company that is really, really good. With Contingency Medical, you can get emergency antibiotics and other medications. It's not just antibiotics, which I think is great. It has some other medications in there that can be really useful in times of emergency. And when you're not able to go to the doctors, or you're not able to get your prescriptions in a timely manner, this might be something that you want to have on hand. So we are also having problems in our area with the amount of doctors and dentists and different kinds of medical care that you may need. I mentioned it in another video real quick, but my doctor left the practice that I go to, and I no longer have a doctor. They went out of state, and so I have no doctor, and the practice has not been able to replace that position. They can't find anybody to fill it for a permanent position. So if something happens and I get sick and I have to go into the doctor's, if I can't treat it myself, I have to go into the office or anything like that, I'm either going to the emergency room, or if the practice has someone available, they said, if they have someone and they can squeeze me in, it would be whoever there is. Otherwise, I would have to go to the emergency room, which is not my favorite place to go. I'm sure you know that. And but also the dentists, our dentists, because the state required you get the jabby jab or no job in all medical fields, all the medical stuff, dental, everything. So we have a big lack of help here in the state of Maine. Our dentist left well over a year ago, and the dental practice, they stayed open for 1 year with no dentists, just the hygienists were running it, and they can't continue, and they're not able to replace him. So we lost our dentist as well. We live in a small area, so there are not a lot of options. We're currently looking outside of our area to see what we can find, but because my whole family is without. Hopefully no emergency arises, but if it does, I want to make sure that I'm prepared. I don't know if you guys are having issues with this or not, but if you are, please put it in the comments down below what state you're in. You don't have to be specific about where you are. It can be helpful. You know, people are like, some people are unaware that there are issues. There are a lot of issues, I think, around the country. I don't think it's just Maine. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Contingency Medical. They are an online emergency medications company where you can go in, and this is all of your antibiotics in case of an emergency. If you can't get to the doctors, if there's no doctor available, these little kits are wonderful. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. It is not just antibiotics. There's also stuff for nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, things like that. And it comes with this great little, this is another one. There's stuff for UTIs. It comes with this little field guide, so you can figure out what you should take for what your issue is. If you know you've got a UTI, you can look that up in here really quick and simple and see which medication is the right medication and how to take it, which is great. And these are all prescribed by a doctor. When you go on their website, it's super simple and easy to use. You pick the package that you're interested in. You can get just like a small travel kit. You can get a medium, just the antibiotic kit, or you can get a combination of the two. So it's your choice what you get. There are different price levels for each one. This is an investment. This is not, you know, $10. It's an investment. And I think it's an important investment for your health and for your family. Definitely. So you get all of these different things, and each one is prescribed to you by a doctor. You do have to fill out a medical form. Once you pay for your kit that you decide, you fill out a medical form. You have to put in there any type of medications that you're currently on. So the doctor can go over what you're currently on and prescribe the medicines that are going to work best for you. They don't want to, you want to make sure they're not giving you something that's going to counteract one of your other medications that you take on a regular basis. So these are prescribed for each person. I got 4 antibiotics out of this, and 4 different scripts for antibiotics, and you know, just your regular stuff, doxycycline, cefalexin, amoxicillin. There are different ones in here, but it depends on what you're able to take. One of them is a penicillin type, you know, and some people are allergic to that. So that's what the medical form is for, and it really can help narrow down what's going to work for you. And everybody's kit is going to be a little bit different. So definitely, I can't say you're going to get A, B, C, D, and E, because your medical needs may be different than mine. Another great thing that I love about the Contingency Medical Company is if you are not comfortable self-diagnosing, if you're not 100% sure what is wrong with you, or you don't know which medication to take, you have access to the doctor that prescribed these to you. They assign you a doctor. The doctor actually emails you once he fills the prescriptions. He writes all the prescriptions for you and sends them off to the pharmacy. He will email you and let you know, that you have a doctor, you have access to him. You can email him and contact him for any time. If you have something going on and you're not sure what to take, your doctor is available to you, so you can contact them and ask them questions. You know, these are my symptoms. This is what's going on. Can you help me figure out what I need to take for this? So, and I think these are wonderful for when you cannot get to your local PCP, your personal care provider. When you can't get to them, this is going to be your backup for those emergencies, and you'll be able to help take care of yourself and be able to treat yourself and not worry about what if I can't get to a doctor. The kit is with all the stuff in it. This is a nice hard shell case, I really like that, so everything's not going to get crushed inside. There's plenty of room for everything, and these are going to last you, which is wonderful. They all have a year on them. It's just like your prescriptions from the store. It says to use or discard by this date. Definitely research your medications. A lot of medications are not going to go bad in 1 year. If you store these properly, cool, dark, dry, and airtight, some of the medications are going to last for 10 years. Older medications, some turn toxic. Make sure you research before you try to use something that has gone past its expiration date, because some do turn toxic, but many antibiotics and prescription drugs, most of them, what they're going to do is over time, they're going to lose their potency. So instead of taking one, you might have to take 1.5 or 2 if it's been, 10, 12 years since you purchased them. But these are things that you can keep for a long period of time. They're going to go well past that year. But they definitely do your research for each individual medication. I don't know all the medications. I do research all of the medications that I get, so I'm sure, and I can write right on the packaging that it will turn toxic, so I don't take a chance of taking something that could hurt me in the future. So the process was quick and simple. It really did not take any time at all. I think it was a Sunday night when I got online and ordered the kit, and then I filled out the doctor information. I filled out that. They send you an email with to let you know to fill out that form, and then once I got that form filled out, I did everything Sunday night, I believe, and then it was just over a week. And I had everything. It came in the mail, the whole kit, within like a 7 to 8 day period. So it was really fast. And during that process, they emailed me a whole bunch of times. As soon as they sent this off to a doctor, they picked a doctor and sent it to them for me. They sent me an email and let me know everything has been sent over to the doctor. And then once the doctor was able to go through my medical form and prescribe the medications, the doctor emailed me with contact information and let me know if I had any questions, I could contact him, and that my medications had been sent to the pharmacy. And then a couple days later, once the pharmacy had everything filled and packaged, it gets shipped out straight from the pharmacy to your door. So that was really cool. I thought it was a really fast process. I like that they emailed me not every minute, but every step of the way, kind of letting me know what's going on, when to expect my package. And like 2 or 3 days after the pharmacy emailed me, my package had arrived in the mail. So that was awesome. I thought it was really, really fast. So the company had excellent communication. Everything was really fast. The product came really quickly. I do recommend picking up one of the pill book, it's called, and what that does is that you can identify any pill that you get. You can look through that book and check it out, and they have color pictures, and it has all the markings on the pills and what to look for, so you're 100% sure what pill that is. And I'll put a link to Contingency Medical down in the description box. There is a discount code as well, and I'll put a link to the pill book because I think that is another really important thing to have in your preps for you to be prepared if you come across medication or you get medication and you're not 100% sure, anything that you wanted to check. The pill book is excellent because it has tons of information about the pill, what it's used for, what side effects to look for, all kinds of stuff. I really like that. And it's nice and easy to use. It's thick though. It's a little book, but it's thick. There's lots in it. With all these drug shortages, it is so important to be prepared when something happens. If you can't get to the doctor, you can't get a prescription, you at least have your backup to help take care of you and your family. And that is it for today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.